Well, isn't this offseason just fucking fantastic? How's it going? My name's Colin Winters. I'm the host of Panthers Den, and today we are going over the absolute outlandish idea that Watson comes to Carolina. So in this offseason, we're seeing a lot of things happen already. First, Wentz goes to Commanders, Russ gets traded to Denver, Bobby Wagner gets released, and Tom Brady comes back from retirement to play a 23rd season with the Buccaneers. So yeah, the offseason's just going just dandy. And the big story being that Deshaun Watson will not face criminal charges for sexual misconduct allegations against multiple women. Now, I'm going to preface this, which I may be studying law, but I am no lawyer. I am not an expert. This is not about my opinions on whether I think he's innocent, guilty, or whatever the fuck. This is about whether or not a trade with him would be worth it for the Carolina Panthers. This is strictly football speaking, and not in any way whether or not I think he did this shit or not. That is not my field to talk in. I don't give a fuck if you want to know my opinion. I'm not talking about that shit. Now, I already know I have an unpopular opinion when it comes to Sam Darnold, which is I want to give him one more year under an offensive line that wouldn't, break on a baby's fart. But many people have already just decided to toss Sam to the wind, so we're going to go over ideas that do not include Sam Darnold being the QB instead. Now, the fan base seems to be pretty split amongst whether or not we want Deshaun Watson or whether or not we want to stay the fuck away from Deshaun Watson. And the stay the fuck away side is where I usually fall upon, only for the reasons that I feel like we'd have to pay way too much. As of right now, it is the Panthers and the Saints going for Deshaun Watson, and having two division rivals going on a bidding war for a high-end quarterback, eventually someone's going to have to pay their entire upcoming future for that. Deshaun Watson was already commanding a premium before all this, and now that he's finally cleared of charges, it's going to go even more, especially with the stuff that Russ gave. I can't think of my words right now, I'm sorry, but especially with what Denver had to give for Russ, that's absolutely crazy. We're going to have to give a lot, and I don't think the Panthers are prepared to do that, or at least I don't think it'd be smart to do that. People were talking about giving up players like Chin, players like Derek Brown, Yetur Gross-Matos, people that we just got in their recent drafts, and honestly, I don't see why we would do that. These guys are playing at high levels right now, and they're coming into third years in the league, and we're thinking about giving that up for one guy and multiple first-round picks that we could use to maybe get a high-end quarterback in the draft. If not this year, maybe next year, where the quarterback draft is supposed to be absolutely goddamn loaded. The most common counter-argument I get to that is the amount of free agents who would come to want to play for Carolina, but then I'd have to say, after getting Watson, we'd already be in a cap crunch, and I do trust Scott Fitterer to do good by us and get what we need, because he's been a fantastic GM so far, but honestly, I just can't see why we would want to trade away young, good talent that can only get better with time if we train them right for free agents who may be a bit older and have less time and will command more money. I just don't see how that would really work out right now, especially if we're trying to make sure we can build a dynasty and not just have another 15-1 flameout. I understand that Panthers fans want to win now. It's been a long time since we've had a good season. 2017 is the last time we really had a good season. And for the past 3 years, we've only had 5 wins in the season. That's not even enough wins to fill out an entire regular season post the 17-game regular season. So I understand the frustration, but I don't think it's worth it. Another concern of mine is that Watson's been out of football for 2 years. We can't guarantee that he's going to come back to form. Of course, Watson, being so young, is still in his prime and most likely still could come back in an amazing condition and still sling that rock like no one's business. But that is something to consider and something to be worried about. Now, can I deny the fact that a Watson who is healthy and still in his prime could be good for the offense? No, that'd be crazy to say that wouldn't be great, because honestly, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson need a more consistent QB play, especially with Tommy Tremble and CMC. CMC needs someone to take the rock a little bit more often and just stop running it all the way through. Yeah, we have Chuba Hubbard, but we need something more. We need a QB who can, throw the ball a little bit more so we're not running 24/7. But For me, it's, is that worth butchering the defense, which was the only really good thing we had going for us? Yeah, sure, the team didn't do too good, but the defense showed flashes of brilliance. Like, it could be the next Legion of Boom if we just put together the last amount of pieces that we needed. And the team started congealing so well on the defensive side of the ball. I don't want to ruin that. I mean, defense wins championships. That's been a motto for as long as I can remember. And it's always true. I mean, think about the Super Bowl that we lost recently back in 2015. What fucked us? Denver's defense. It definitely wasn't their offense. Peyton Manning wasn't doing jack shit for them. He was just sitting there collecting his final ring for retirement. I love you, Peyton, but that's what you did. The quarterback picture for the NFC South is going to be a very interesting thing upcoming. Of course, we have the Falcons, who knows what the fuck they're going to do. Maybe draft in this upcoming draft, maybe stay with Matt Ryan for the 1 year and have that rookie QB that they're probably going to draft sit behind him. I don't know. It's the Falcons. I don't really care what they do as long as they just do something that is not in the way of the Panthers. And then when it comes to the Buccaneers, they have Tom Brady again. Yay! And then the Panthers and Saints are both going after Deshaun Watson, which is, once again, like I mentioned, a huge deal because that is two division rivals going against a bidding war for a high-value player, which is going to make the price go even farther. For me, though, I feel like we should let the Saints butcher their roster and have to go through a few more rebuilds to butcher their defense and bring it back to what it was. But I am actually, if I can't get my way with Darnold, I'm a huge Malik Willis fan. That kid has a monster arm, and I really think he could do good for this team. He already has a great mentality. I like the way he plays, and a lot of the Panthers fans are enjoying seeing him. He's going to be meeting with Panthers, all that. I like that kid. I think he could be great. I feel like it would be amazing to see him come in, have Cam resign so he can teach him some things on the ropes. I feel like Malik Willis is the way to go, but of course, people are still sold on wanting to get Watson because, his numbers don't lie. He's an amazing football player. So, of course, it'd be nice to get him, but with the price that he carries, I'd rather get a rookie quarterback and try to make him our franchise QB. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. A pretty short video, just real quick going over what I think and how I think this is going to play out. Eventually, I feel like the Saints are going to win because the no trade clause of Watson is going to make them want to pick the Saints over us because we don't have a stable front office. But I'm just here for the ride. No matter what, I'm going to be a lifelong Panthers fan, and we'll keep pounding. See you.